Hello everybody, I'm Matthew. I am the creator behind this channel, Watch Me If You Can, and I'm doing something a little different today to recognize a small milestone that we've achieved. We have crossed over 1,000 subscribers, and as tempting as it was to do a giveaway before 1,000 to get us across that threshold, I wanted to wait until we were already to 1,000 because I want you to subscribe to my channel because you like the content and you're here. So thank you very much. That said, I do have a very humble giveaway that I think you'll appreciate, but we'll get to that a little later. This video isn't strictly about the giveaway though. If you're here, you're probably very interested in watchmaking, maybe even just vintage watches in general. But I do have a list of YouTube channels that you should probably check out if you're not already. If you're like me, you probably got interested in the hobby in some of the larger channels. I am not a gifted speaker, but I have some notes here on my tablet, and hopefully we can edit this into a concise, free-flowing way. But let's get into this list of watchmaking channels that you should be watching if you're not already. If you're here, you're probably already aware of some of the big channels, but I'm going to go ahead and give them a mention here at first. Then we'll get into some lesser known smaller channels that you might not have got your hooks into yet. Red Dead Restoration, absolutely amazing, more of an ASMR style. It's very relaxing to watch, very skilled. The next big one, Marshall at Wristwatch Revival. Marshall seems like a really nice guy, and he explains things in a way that's easy to understand. It's been interesting to watch Marshall evolve as a watchmaker since the early days of his channel. Recently, in the past few months, he did his first chronograph service. So congratulations on that, Marshall. Another big one that Marshall often credits to getting him interested is the Watch Repair channel. That's Mark Lovick on that channel. He offers very expert and detailed advice. Another popular channel is Mike's over at My Retro Watches. Mike has an amazing digital watch collection that's worth your time, even if you're really not into digital watches. But his channel covers both, well, it's a variety of watches, for everything from Accutron, the tuning fork, to mechanical, and his digital watches. If you're not already subscribed to me, I would really appreciate your support. But now let's get into some smaller, lesser known channels that maybe you haven't quite got your hooks into yet. This is in no particular order, but the first one I'm going to mention is Gentleman's Watch Services. Not only is he skilled and knowledgeable, he has a very nostalgic charm to his delivery. It's absolutely full of sort of a dry wit if you're into that sort of thing. Next on the list is Weekend Watch Repair. Adam on that channel seems like a very nice and humble guy. I actually relied on some of his Seiko videos to help me through a couple of problems. He's definitely a good resource and he really deserves the support. Another great channel I've discovered is, and I'm going to mispronounce this, I think it's German, is Oren Dantler. I'll put the channel name somewhere on the screen. Again, very informative, and he's one that I've just recently discovered in the past few weeks. So keep up the good work, Urin, and if I have that incorrect, please correct me. Next on the list is C Spinner Watch Restorations. I think the video that got me hooked on him was he tested vintage watches on a mountain bike excursion to see how well they would hold up. I'm not going to spoil it for you though. Another great channel is the French Watch Collector, who just recently posted a video after being out sick for some time. He does amazing work on complicated watches, from triple calendar watches to chronographs. Definitely a vintage watch service channel worth watching. Moving down the list, we have Horology Biology. On that channel, Matt, a professional, has a very deep passion for Inoker. He features other watches. He has maybe the nicest hair of all the YouTubers on this list. He's super fresh, super nice. If you know, you know. One watchmaker that has shared a lot of valuable knowledge is Alex at Watch Repair Tutorials. He provides good, concise explanations, sometimes cutting through a lot of common misconceptions. Really enjoy his no BS approach. You can definitely pick up a lot of valuable knowledge from him. Another channel I really enjoy watching is the Nekkid Watchmaker. That's Nekkid Watchmaker. He does great service work, but his case restoration is what really fascinates me. Another channel run by a professional is Vintage Watch Services. That's Stian, and he unfortunately had a hard drive crash recently, but he has some videos in the pipeline, and he has a pretty extensive library to look back on. I think you'll definitely appreciate what he does. Next on the list is Chronoglide Watchmakers. That's yet another professional workshop. Kyle is a very warm and friendly presence on the camera. He's humble yet very passionate about watchmaking. Another great channel you might not yet have latched onto is Richard Parrott Watchmaker, and he's actually produced his very own watch. Moving down the list here, we have Spencer Klein. Spencer's definitely a Seiko specialist. He has extensive knowledge, not just technical knowledge, but even historical and production knowledge. A great resource for Seikos. Even if you're not really into Seikos yet, it's really fascinating to see the variety of watches that pass through Spencer's channel. And the final channel I'm going to mention in this video is Watch with Mike. Mike is also a hobbyist, and his channel tends to focus more on the tools of watchmaking. I'm not talking about just screwdrivers and that sort of thing, but the more obscure, often vintage tools that kind of look puzzling if you look at them. He's definitely been an interesting channel to watch because he's been sharing a lot about what he's learning. Those aren't all the watchmaking channels that I watch, but those are the ones that I probably end up viewing the most. So I'm curious what you think. Do you have a favorite among those? Do you have some that maybe you feel like I should have included? Let me know, or let everybody else know in the comments. Not only would I be curious to see what I'm missing, but it's a chance for us to share with each other. Should I insert a wristwatch check now? This is what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a vintage Timex 400, which is a bit of a rare beast. It's not your usual Timex. I actually have a video on my channel servicing this watch from pretty much non-running state to, well, now it keeps a pretty good time. It wasn't my watch to start with, but it's actually found its way back to me, and I thought this would be an appropriate watch to give away. One interesting thing about this watch is I had a comment say that this watch was not really desirable or wearable. I disagree with that assessment. It definitely has some patina, but I think there's some wearability here. You know, unfortunately the case is a base metal case, and it's definitely pitting on the underside. Maybe you appreciate the patina and the vintage nature of it, or you know, maybe this is a great watch for you to learn on as a watchmaker. I know it's a humble giveaway in some sense, but it's actually very meaningful to me. All right, so how are we going to do this? Well, I am going to ask you to subscribe and share a comment. Maybe it's about a favorite watchmaking channel, whether I mentioned it or not. You can also maybe share a comment about your watch. What's your opinion? Is the patina of the watch too far gone? Is it wearable, or are you interested in getting the watch to practice your watchmaking skills? And then in the next 3 or 4 weeks, I'll have an update on the giveaway to finalize the deadline. Again, thank you very much. I'm not particularly comfortable in front of the camera, but I wanted to give you a direct and proper thank you for helping me get past this milestone. And I'm going to need your help moving forward. We're going to make this channel even better. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, take care.